Hello and welcome to Crypto Tips. In this video I'm going to tell you what are my personal top 5 cryptocurrency picks for 2020 and why I think these projects are possibly going to do good in 2020 and progress well simply because of what they've been doing from the moment that they have joined the cryptocurrency space in terms of partnerships, in terms of use case, and in terms of liquidity on various major exchanges. And of course, this should not be taken as financial advice. Do check the disclaimer in the description for this information. And these 5 cryptocurrency projects I'll be reviewing have already been reviewed on this channel by me in depth. So I have gotten a good understanding of what they're all about. Again, this should not be taken as financial advice because cryptocurrency investment is very risky and you should always do your own research. This is just my personal opinion. And hey, if this is the first time we're meeting, my name is Claudio and this is Cryptochain, the channel where I do cryptocurrency news, reviews, demos, interviews, and blockchain games reviews. And what other better place is there to talk about the top 5 cryptocurrency projects other than the mother hub of all, CoinMarketCap, the place where you can find all sorts of information related to cryptocurrencies. Price information, market cap information, where, on which exchanges can you find them, the official websites, social media information, and so on. This is the best place that you could check when it comes to cryptocurrency, and all the people that have been in this space since the beginning have always been checking and are still checking CoinMarketCap for information. Of course, there are other websites out there, but CoinMarketCap is actually the best when it comes to this sort of info. And let's get straight in and look at number 5, and that is Ontology. And the reason why I think Ontology is going to do well in 2020 is because they have managed to get quite a few partnerships in place, and not to mention because of their on-chain investment that they've received from the top company, which is on top of Neo and Ontology. They have actually managed to survive the bear market of 2018, even though the price of the actual coin has tanked a lot compared to its all-time high, of course. And apart from that, to actually talk about the use case, they have actually managed to get quite a few small partnerships which enable you to use Ontology as a payment method on your mobile phone with a mobile wallet. You can actually pay for coffee using Ontology. So that is pretty cool. And not to mention, apart from that, it can also be used in various games, not the Ontology coin directly, but the ONG token, which is the fuel token on the Ontology blockchain, which is used to actually pay for transaction fees. So apart from that, they've got quite a few small partnerships in place and they're building out there. They're actually going to all these different conferences, events. We're seeing them trying to spread the word about Ontology to try to get more people on board. So that is pretty bullish to me. Not to mention, a part of that, they had no ICO, so this is something important, something to keep in mind as well. They have no reason to dump on their investors, right? And also, apart from that, they're also on a lot of big exchanges, so liquidity is really big for Ontology. They have listed on Binance quite early, to be honest, straight after their launch. So yeah, I mean, they're on all these big exchanges, and liquidity is very important when it comes to the cryptocurrency space too. Although some people may argue that maybe that's not the case, I do believe that it is very important because it helps give more information about the asset out there, spread out the word. More people from more countries will know about it because it's on all these big exchanges rather than on some small exchange which you've probably never even heard of. So yeah, given that in 2020 they may actually continue to progress really well, considering the partnerships that they've already got in place, even with Chainlink and Oracles, and now they're trying to kind of move towards DeFi as well, decentralized finance. So I think that Ontology are going to do pretty good in 2020 in my opinion, and they are here to stay. They're not going anywhere. One of the only cons that I find with them at the moment is they're kind of struggling to get dApps on board, and we're seeing that with a lot of projects. Some of them are doing better than others, but Ontology is one that kind of struggles to do that. So we'll have to see how they perform from that point of view. But let's move on and talk about number 4, and that is Cosmos. So Cosmos, which have a lot of team members from Tendermint, the company which deal with a lot of distributed apps, and information like that have actually been doing extremely well since they've joined the cryptocurrency space. Not to mention that quite a lot of companies are actually joining Cosmos, building using the Cosmos software development toolkit. And one example of a recent review I did is actually Kava, which are dealing with decentralized finance, and they're actually built on Cosmos's SDK. Using their SDK on the Cosmos blockchain. So this is actually quite interesting to see that you can use parallel blockchains with Cosmos, and they're trying to do something different. They've got a different vision in place, and that is very important when it comes to the crypto space, to see something unique, some kind of different concept than is just out there, right? Because a lot of people are focusing on general cryptocurrency adoption, but they don't have like a specific niche in place. Whereas with parallel blockchains, we're seeing Cosmos using that specific niche to try to attract companies onto their to actually build on their blockchain. So that is bullish. And apart from that, they're also trying to attract investors, people like you and I, that like, for example, proof of staking, right? In order to get passive income, Cosmos do have a really good payout. To be honest, in my opinion, it is even better than Ontology's one, based on the staking calculator that I've checked also when I was doing the review of Cosmos on this channel. So yes, I do think that Cosmos are going to do pretty good in 2020, considering how far they've gone so far in such a short period of time. Now, could there be other projects which are similar to Cosmos trying to take them over? Probably, but they do have a head start, so that does make them that does give them more potential. Now let's move on and talk about number 3, and that's Basic Attention Token. Now, why do I think they're gonna do well in 2020 and I've placed them as number 3? Because the CEO of Basic Attention Token, if you've already watched my review, you know is the CEO of Mozilla Firefox. He's the actual founder of Mozilla Firefox. And as you know, the web browser has been doing pretty good in its times, and now with Basic Attention Token as payout for actually browsing web pages and trying to see ads, targeted ads of course, based on the content that you're watching, is actually a good thing. Because at the moment, if you use like Google Chrome or other sorts of browsers, you get ads but you don't get paid anything, right? They do pop up but you don't receive anything. Well, with Brave browser you do actually get paid Basic Attention Token. Now, don't imagine you're gonna get rich from it, but if you browse every day, I mean, you get something. It's a small share and it's nice to have, right? It's kind of like a little bonus that you get for using their browser. So that is pretty good in my opinion. I think they're probably gonna do well as long as they market more and we see more people using Brave browser. For number 2, I've actually placed Binance Coin BNB, and I'm sure you're probably not surprised to see this, and that is of course because CZ and Binance have just been really well. I've been doing extremely well in the bear market, and you may argue, well, it's an exchange. Of course they've been doing well and they lost a lot of users, not to mention that, but I think Binance Coin is going to do well because CZ finds all these kinds of marketing strategies for the BNB token and use cases for it, right? We're seeing all these initial exchange offerings going on Binance, and you need the BNB token in order to take part in the lottery. And not to mention their coin burn, the quarterly coin burn, which it means that the supply is going to be down to 100 million, and they've actually got like 180 million in circulation at the moment. I believe that's their total supply, 187 million, but it will be going down to 100 million eventually. So they keep on burning every quarter. So that is something pretty bullish, because as you have less supply, obviously the price is going to go up, and they're finding all these great use cases for their exchange. So I do think that Binance Coin is going to do really well in 2020, in my opinion. And last but not least, let's talk about number 1, and that is of course Engine Coin, because of their unique niche with blockchain gaming, and not to mention not just blockchain gaming but gaming in general. The fact that they've got a Unity software development toolkit in place, which allows game developers which are developing really amazing graphics games at the moment to develop using Engine, and to allow the creation of the non-fungible tokens, the in-game items which you can freely trade with other players. They've actually managed to solve a real world problem within the gaming world, and as you know, the gaming world is huge. So I do believe that Engine, who have actually got not a partnership, I would say, but more of as a collaboration with Microsoft, and trying to kind of help Azure developers, not to help them, but to kind of reward them with a small token of appreciation. Basically, they will receive a small token which signifies various cartoon characters, but they are scarce. So that is pretty cool, right? Something that will get them to use the blockchain technology, in my opinion. So I think that that is actually pretty bullish as well, right? The fact that they've got this collaboration with Microsoft, who knows where that may lead to. And not to mention that, but Engine are actually getting all these small startup companies to build on them. So the fact that they're doing that is actually very big for Engine, because their ecosystem is growing immensely at a rapid rate. You're getting lots of small companies building on it, and then the communities of those companies are growing. They're finding out about Engine, they're getting into Engine, and Engine as a whole is growing. So I think that that is pretty awesome, as more and more gamers are finding out about blockchain games and what is the real difference between blockchain games and normal games. So yes, I do think that Engine are probably going to do the best in 2020, in my opinion, just because of this specific niche that they're targeting, which is doing extremely well and is bringing a lot of revenue. So that was it from today's video with my top 5 picks. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Don't forget to like the video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you're new. I'd like to thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.